But we have reports of 4 aid workers that have been killed. A UN security team seeking access near an Eritrean camp for refugees was also shot at by your forces. That doesn't look good. How is it possible that a UN team could not be coordinated in the region? Or are you afraid or were you afraid of what they might see?
If you happen to read the settlement issued by the UN Human Refugees Commission, just a day or two days ago, they have asked for an apology. This is a technical problem. The UN staffers were not supposed to go to a certain place. The war is over.
Mr. Minister, it is not just the region of Tigray that is a concern. Ethnically motivated and intercommunal violence have been on the rise. There have been reports of about 150 fatal clashes in the past year. Some of those incidents have estimates of hundreds killed. Millions have been internally displaced. And now the United Nations is warning of a heightened risk of genocide, war crimes, ethnic cleansing, crimes against humanity. When you look more broadly at the rest of your country, are you on the brink of a potential genocide? Does the state run the risk of breaking up? Are you the next Yugoslavia?
Hand over power.
Mr. Minister, how about press freedom in your country? The International Federation of Journalists reports the following: a wave of arrests against journalists covering the ongoing conflict in the Tigray region. They say that since November 7th, at least 6 journalists have been arrested on unknown charges. The Ethiopian Human Rights Commission has expressed concern. There's also reports that the government has repeatedly cut off the internet, journalists barred from traveling to Tigray to cover the election that the Tigrayans had back in September. A new law criminalizing hate speech apparently has a provision that can be used to lock up peaceful dissidents. Is that how you define democracy? Isn't freedom of the press democracy? Because you're the Minister for Democratization, as we mentioned in the beginning. You've delayed the general election. This was your first real shot at democracy after decades of repressive rule. Now opposition political parties, mainly from Abiy's ethnic Oromia strongholds, they say they're being intimidated. Amnesty describes the following: the crackdown on dissenting political views ahead of general elections. The leading opposition figure has even been jailed. How legitimate and democratic can your election really be amid what is being described as a crackdown?
It is not us that delayed the election. It is the National Electoral Board, led by Burtukan Medeksa, a non-opposition figure, the most credible political personalities in Ethiopia. It is due to COVID-19. More than 50 countries have delayed their election due to COVID-19. We are not an exception to this. Why are you asking me this question?
Mr. Minister, I'm asking you this question because you have somebody who was detained and jailed because he has a critical view of your Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, or at least reportedly, that's why he says that he was detained. In fact, there seems to be little appetite to tolerate criticism, even abroad. I'd like to bring you to another case, and this is of the UK-based academic who was among those who actually nominated Abiy for his Peace Prize. He learned through reports, apparently, on Ethiopia's state broadcaster that police had accused him of, quote, using international media to destroy the country in response to his critical interviews that he's done on international media. Is this what opponents of your government can expect in the country? He says he fears going back to the country. He thinks there's a significant risk of him being detained.